Toledo, Ohio, glass capital of the world, home of Jamie Farr, nationally known for our art museum, our library, and our Toledo Zoo, and the only place you can find Tony Packel's world-famous Hungarian hot dogs. We're also topping the list for other things we're not so proud of. We're ranked 14th out of 100 large U.S. cities for being the most distressed when it comes to economics, education, and finding places to be physically active. We're also ranked 7th of the fattest cities in the U.S. when compared to other cities at the same per capita. If we were to go back to a businessman and ask him how to make Toledo better when it comes to economics, some of what you're seeing behind me, they would say we could bring in tax incentives to bring in more businesses. If we were to go to an educator and ask how to make Toledo better, to make our education better for those living in the city of Toledo, they would say, why don't we do programs teacher to teacher, even improve our testing skills? But how do you get people to be invested, being more physically active, and invest in their health and wellness? Well, there have been ideas. And Toledo's been suggested that we bring in the metro parks, the city of Toledo, the health department, and even the Toledo city schools. But that is taking care of the problem at a higher organizational rate, which we do need their revenue and their ideas, but it starts here in the community just like this. So here's my suggestion. We take on a national program that's worked very well in this country, and that is the National Block Watch Program. And we create health watch programs with communities like this. So come with me. In this is a central city community, and we take a home like this and we set this home up to be the captain, okay? And we put in raised beds. In Toledo, we have a problem with lead-based contamination, which means we cannot plant directly into the ground. So we need raised beds, and it also lets people, no matter what their physical limitations are, to be able to work those gardens. We allow this house to plant, this captain will make sure that there's potatoes, greens, carrots, and so on and so forth. They bring it in, they exchange it as a co-op, they save some of the crop for seeds because we want to be sustainable, and they give the rest away to community centers and churches. We also want to do the number one thing we can do to change the health in Toledo, and that is to get in control of preventable diseases. How do we do that? Well, that's pretty simple, and I'll come back over here and talk. Number one, we start to teach people the difference between a diet and a balanced diet. We also want to start to teach the difference between being just physically active and a workout. How does that control our heart rate and change our health? Number three, self-care and annual checkups, and also doing self-checkups. And the final thing is attaining and maintaining a healthy weight, not a BMI. Well, how do we do that? And learning the ING, which means it's always happening. It's more than dropping off a community health worker in neighborhoods like this that we see behind me. What's important is that we want to make sure that we're letting health work in the community, and that's how we start to change Toledo to be a healthy community.